Have you ever felt super motivated to start a new habit, like waking up early, exercising, or journaling, but a few days later, you're right back to your old routine? It's frustrating, right? The truth is, motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like a mood. And if you're depending on motivation alone, your habits are built on a shaky foundation. But here's something most people don't realize. Successful habit builders aren't more disciplined than you. They just understand how habits actually work. And once you know that, it becomes easier, even automatic. In this video, we'll break down why you keep struggling, and more importantly, how to finally build habits that stick without burning out, using willpower, or making yourself miserable. This isn't about hacks, it's about understanding your brain and making it work for you. Let's dive in. Most people believe they just need more willpower to succeed. If I were more disciplined, I'd finally go to the gym. If I had more motivation, I'd wake up early every day. But here's the problem. Willpower is a limited resource, like a battery. It drains throughout the day. And when you rely on motivation or self-control alone, you're setting yourself up to fail, especially when life gets busy, stressful, or unpredictable. Ever notice how it's easier to make excuses at night? That's not weakness. It's exhaustion. That's why New Year's resolutions fail. They're based on hype, not systems. The reality is, you don't rise to the level of your motivation. You fall to the level of your systems. So if you failed before, it's not because you are broken. It's because your habit system was never designed to support you. Now let's talk about how to change that, starting with how habits actually form. Here's a truth most people ignore. Habits aren't something you decide. They're something you repeat. Every time you do a behavior, whether it's brushing your teeth, checking your phone, or drinking water, you're training your brain. The more you repeat it, the stronger the connection becomes. Eventually, it becomes automatic. That's why repetition is more powerful than motivation. Motivation pushes you to start, but repetition is what locks it in. Think of motivation as a match. It lights the fire. But repetition is the wood that keeps it burning. The key is to focus on consistency, not intensity. Going to the gym for 10 minutes every day is better than going for 2 hours once a month. Why? Because you're telling your brain, this is who I am now. Repetition builds identity, and identity drives behavior. So let's look at how habits actually form using a simple 3-step loop. Every habit, good or bad, follows a simple loop. Reminder, routine, reward. Let's break it down. Reminder. This is the cue that tells your brain to start. It could be a time of day, an emotion, or an environment. For example, waking up triggers your morning routine. Routine. This is the action, the habit itself, like making coffee, journaling, or scrolling Instagram. Reward. This is the payoff. It could be energy, calm, or even distraction. Your brain loves rewards. And when it connects the routine with a positive result, it wants to do it again. That's how habits stick, not because they're good or bad, but because they're rewarding. Want to build a new habit? Start with a clear reminder. Choose a simple routine, and always attach a small reward, even if it's just a mental, nice job. Next, I'll show you how to apply this with the easiest method to start, the 2-minute rule. Practical tip. Start small, the 2-minute version of a habit. When we think about building a new habit, most of us go big. I'm going to work out an hour a day. I'll read 50 pages every morning. I'll meditate for 30 minutes starting tomorrow. But here's the truth. Starting big is the fastest way to burn out. You don't need a huge habit. You need a consistent one. This is where the 2-minute rule comes in. Coined by James Clear in Atomic Habits, it's simple. Any habit can be started in just 2 minutes. Want to read more? Start by reading 1 page. Want to journal? Just write 1 sentence. Want to meditate? Sit still and breathe for 2 minutes. Why? Because once you start, it's easier to keep going. But more importantly, you're training your identity. You're becoming the kind of person who shows up, even if it's just for 2 minutes. And when something feels easy, you're more likely to repeat it. Repetition builds consistency, and consistency creates real change. Start small. Let it grow naturally. Your only goal at first is to make it automatic, not perfect. Now let me tell you how this worked in real life. Let me tell you a quick story. A friend of mine wanted to start reading every day. Like most of us, he began with big goals. I'm going to finish a book a week. He downloaded reading apps, made a list of books, and even set a timer. But after a week, he stopped. Why? It felt like a chore. It was too much, too fast. So he tried something different. He applied the 2-minute rule. He didn't aim to finish chapters, just open the book and read one page each morning. That's it, just one page. It sounded too easy, but it worked. After 2 weeks, reading became part of his routine. Some days he read just a page. Other days he read for 30 minutes. But the important thing was, he never skipped a day. That tiny habit became his gateway to deeper focus, less phone time, and better sleep. Small actions can change your identity. And once your identity shifts, your habits stick. So now, let's talk about tools to help you stay consistent. One of the simplest and most powerful tools to build habits is a habit tracker. It's nothing fancy, just a way to visually mark your progress every single day you follow through. Whether it's a digital app, a calendar, or a piece of paper, the idea is the same. Don't break the chain. Each checkmark becomes a tiny reward. Each row of consistency tells your brain, I'm doing this. This is who I am. James Clear says, standardize before you optimize. In other words, build the habit before worrying about results. So keep it simple. Print out a 30-day habit tracker. Pick one small habit and commit to just checking off that box each day. No pressure, no perfection, just progress. Use it to track your 2-minute habit and watch what happens when you build momentum. Here's the truth. You don't need a perfect plan to change your life. You just need one small win, repeated consistently. So here's your challenge. Pick one habit. Make it so small it feels silly. Just 2 minutes a day. One push-up, one line in your journal. One page from a book. Then grab the free habit tracker linked below and just start. Check off the box. Show up tomorrow. Repeat. Not because you have to, because this is who you're becoming. You're not trying to build a habit. You're becoming the kind of person who shows up, who follows through. And that identity shift, that's where real change begins. If this video helped you, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment telling me, what's your 2-minute habit? You've got this. Start small. Stay consistent. Let's build something great, one tiny habit at a time.